Ay, chicos, qué bueno porque yo tengo que grabar
All
también.
right, guys. Perfect. Let's start recording now.
Perfecto. Espero
Okay,
que
we've got it.
todos.
I hope that all of you are ready. Okay. All right, guys. So let's start this meeting about the compensation plan. Who is here for the first time, please? Let me know if you're here for the first time. Who's here for the first time? You can write it in the chat, please. Who is here for the first time? How is everyone from Yunnan DX? Welcome, all of you. All right, all right. Me. Okay, a lot of new people who are here for the first time. So what is it that we're doing, okay? We do this call each Tuesday. It's a compensation plan call. And people can say, oh no, but I already know the compensation plan. There's a high chance that you might not know it yet. Okay, Sandra, you must know it, right? And from up to down, top to bottom, bottom to top, right to left. I love it, Sandra. I love it. This is the exactly, Alejandra. Obviously, we're all here due to a business. We're all here to know and to learn how to earn money. But how are we going to know how we can generate money if we don't know how it works? That part works, right? If we don't know how the part of how can I get paid, what generates for me. And that is what we want to do with all of you each week. Why? Because what is the goal of these calls? Possibly Sandra. Sandra has been with us here for a long time and she knows, but tomorrow Sandra is going to enroll a person in her organization. And Sandra knows that on Tuesday we're going to talk about the compensation plan. So those people that you are recruiting each week, obviously that is the goal of each one of us. Each week we have to start recruiting and look at this. If you can put yourself the goal of one person a week, if you can recruit one person during the week, that is 52 people a year. In 2 years, that's 104 people. Mike is earning $60,000, and I think he recruited one more person since we're here. He has 107 people in his organization. Sorry, 107 people that he recruited personally in his organization. Because in the whole of the organization, he has thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So imagine that you just focus on searching for one person a week. And that person, what are you going to do? You're going to give them the links to the calls that we do for all of you. We have these calls for you. So your team, let's see if you can hear me better like this. Sorry. 1 second. Let's see if you can hear me better like this. We do this with all of you, so you don't have to do it yourselves. The thing here is that we want you to be in charge of other things like recruiting and so on. And you don't have to be training because we're already doing that. So I would like you to speak to one person. Okay, here are the links, here are the calls. Here you're going to learn absolutely everything you need. Also, let me see, Guille, if you're here, please, can you put the YouTube channel on, please? Because, guys, we have our YouTube channel where you have all these videos, and there's only 400 people, and we have more than 4,000 people in our organization. And what's going on? What happened? They call me. They like, Carlos, how much do I earn if I sell a core? And if you know me, this is a face that I'm going to show you. This is my face. And possibly on the phone, you won't be able to see it, but this is something that we're going to talk about today. That all that information is there for all of you to be able to take the advantage of having it in your hands whenever you want to use it. So let's start with the compensation plan, okay? We obviously need to see and know how we earn money, as I was saying to all of you. The most important part of this business is when we enroll someone, this is something very important, okay? When you enroll someone or talk to someone about this business, you need to be very, very clear about it, okay? You cannot hide or, oh, just because people don't want to do an auto shipment, normally I'm not going to talk about it. No, because you know the problem that happens with that? That every month you're going to have to enroll more and more people because you don't have a person in auto shipment. If you have someone in auto shipment, each month that they generate a purchase, you get points, and points turn into money. So what we want to have is that every month we want money to be entering our accounts, actually weekly. And we want all these people to be on auto shipment. That's why the points start adding up for us in cycles and turn into money in your pocket. That's why it is very, very important for us to talk to them about what auto shipment is. Obviously, how do we talk about it? How do we explain it? I always explain it in the following way. Hey, this is what you have to pay to have an open business. Sandra, you have a carpenter store? Yes? Okay. I had two. I know what you need to be able to have it working. You need to have a workshop, machines, you need paint, table saws, routers, all those things that are constantly breaking at a carpentry and that you need. But Sandra cannot open her shop unless she pays the rent because if not, there is no shop. And this is how you can explain it. It's your rent. It's a rent that you need to pay to be able to have an open business. Sandra, how much do you pay a month? 5,000, 6,000, give or take, right? To open your business. So what you have to do here is you pay the auto shipment. Imagine it's $199 a month. But that person, that company is going to be in charge of sending the products, receiving the products, of giving you a website when somebody has a complaint and they constantly need to be calling customer service, $5,000 a rent. That's what Sandra pays a month. So before Sandra does anything, she minimum has to sell $5,000 in furniture a month to be able to pay the rent without including her food and everything. So Sandra needs to sell $15,000 to $20,000 a month minimum to be able to reach this amount. In this business, you don't need to do that, but at the same time, you're paying these $197, and the company's sending you two packs, two sleeves. And let's not even talk about rent, about paying a rent of the store. Here they're giving you the website, they're giving you the customer service. They're taking all that headache away from you so you can focus on talking to people and creating your business. So it is very important for you to understand what auto shipment is. Because if you don't know how to do it and you don't know how to explain it, people are going to say, oh, but is that a membership? I don't want that. I'm not searching for a membership. And what happens? People start to associate the business to paying a membership. But if you change the way that they can associate what they're paying a month, because now it's a different perspective. It's not a membership, it's the rent of my business. Are you with me? So when you change that point of view, it suddenly becomes something much, much, much easier for that person to be able to understand what the business is about. So let's start now talking about, okay, wait, here we are. Okay, wait, let me remove this here. Okay, so if you don't have the auto shipment, if that person doesn't have auto shipment scheduled right now, you're going to come here where it says store. So Sandra enrolled under me, but I hadn't spoken to her directly. So now I'm speaking to Sandra and I'm saying, hey, Sandra, look, this is what you need to do if you truly want to have a business. And we start the whole explanation. So I go here where it says patches. I click on patches. And you can choose others, but right now we're going to use the X39 to not go too crazy with the example, okay? So let's just go to X39 and I choose the patch. I'm down here, and what do we know? That you need 110 points each month to be able to be active and to be able to have an open business and generate all that. So now, if the person says, I only want one sleeve a month, okay, but you need to explain that the maximum you will be able to earn is $100 of cycles from cycles. So if you have had 3,000 points here, or 10,000 on another one, 20,000 on another one, and that reaches 15 cycles. I don't know, I'm just making numbers up, okay? 10 cycles, let's say. Well, 8 of them are not going to pay you. You're only going to get paid by 2 because you didn't have the auto shipment of 2 sleeves. Did you understand that with me or not? If you didn't understand, let me know, please, in the chat, because this is something very important. This is very important. I didn't understand. Okay, let's go back. So for you to be able to be active in your business, listen to this, okay? For you to be able to generate having open doors to everything, all the commissions, all the ways that you can earn money in your business, you need to have in your auto shipment 110 points. 110 points. Are you with me? Okay. You can do that. If you come here, you can see down here that the volume says 77 points. Can you see it? Let me know if you can see it, please. Okay, look at it. So those 77 points, if I buy another sleeve, regardless which one, that is going to give me the 110 points. So the company says, okay, you reached the 110 points. You are now open to all the commissions. But if you just leave one sleeve, you haven't reached the 110 points. You're underneath the 110 points. So the company says, since you didn't reach the 110 points, you can only earn $100 a week. When we talk about cycles, let me show you what cycles are when we reach that. Another person wrote, okay, I can do the 110 points via retail. Now I'm going to say this. You don't want to pay the $110 a month. Okay, sell retails, but you know what that means? You're not going to have sleeves. If you don't have the merchandise, if Sandra doesn't have wood, she can't build the furniture. Sandra cannot say that she has a carpentry if she doesn't have wood. She doesn't have plywood, it's not a carpenter. And yes, you can. You can generate these points via retail, but you need to sell many, and we'll talk about that later. So the first thing is that you have to have patches to use, because if you're selling a product and you're not using it, it means that possibly you don't believe in the product and the person that you're talking to is not going to believe you either. Or you want to just sell me a patch. Okay, do you have a patch on? No? You're going to remember me. It's not going to go well. But if they are so good, why don't you have them on? You know? So since you have your auto shipment, you're going to have 2 sleeves. And if you're doing the business correctly, this is not going to last too long because first you're going to wear it, but you can also share it with people. Okay, so let's continue. All the packs need 110 points. It doesn't matter where you enter, where you enroll. If you want to work the business, you have to have auto shipment monthly. There is no other way. Well, there is a way of retail, but what's going to happen? You're going to spend the whole month searching for retail, retail, retail instead of business partners because you don't want to pay your month. And this business is not about retail because retail is buying once and you can't buy again. You need to search for partners, people that help you grow the business, people that want to work with you, because if not, this becomes a job and not a business. Because if you're only selling retail, because you don't want to pay $149 a month to receive patches, the only thing you're selling is patches. You're not creating a business. How do you create a business? When you have 200 people underneath you and your team earning money, and you will be able to go on vacations for a week and spend $6,000. And you didn't sell anything. Why? Because your team was selling. So I need you to take out the focus of the poor mind, because that is the scarcity mind, the worker mind, and to start having the millionaire mind, which is a business person. The business person doesn't search how to work more to earn more, but how to earn more time, how to generate more money and work less. How can I go on vacation and continue earning? Poor mind, scarcity mind, doesn't want to pay and wants to work 80 hours a week. That's why they're still poor. So we need to change that chip. If not, you're just going to be another employee again. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we come here, and here you add two. You have your two sleeves. You come here, and it's going to say add to monthly subscription in Spanish. Let me change it for you. So here it says add to the monthly subscription order. You add it, and here on the top, you're going to see in the cart, you have to go and access that cart and finish the process, because many people think that just by pressing the button, oh, I have on my auto ship. No, you actually have to enter and finish the process to be able to program your auto shipment. Okay, are you with me? All right, let's continue. I'm gonna leave a couple of minutes at the end for questions, okay? Okay, sorry about this. Let's start to talk about the compensation plan now on the other side. Let's see where it is here, okay? So in the ways that we can earn money, this is what retail is. Somebody asked a question a little while ago about this. I want to say that if I don't have the 110 points, will they not pay me? No. If you don't have the 110 points, the $149, this is something. Wait, let me understand this. If you can increase these 110 points selling this pack, this which is a retail client, yes, they're going to give you this amount of points, but you have to sell a few of these to be able to reach. Now, if you don't have those points and you need 110, you're not qualified. You don't have an open business. For you to be able to open your business, you need to have 110 points. If you want to do it as retail, which I do not recommend, or if you want to do it via your auto shipment. Do you want to open your business? Okay, you have to have 110 points. How you're going to do that, that's in your hands. If you want to do it as a retail client, I won't recommend that to you at all, because again, it's a job. It's not a business anymore. but I'm still going to earn points for this, or the person above you, or the person, we're still going to earn points, so we don't care. But I'm explaining how it is if you truly want to grow a business, it's not going to be with retail clients because those retail clients are not committed to the business. You know what I mean? That's why you want to bring business partners to the business, not retail clients. But it is a way that you can earn money. And here I'm going to explain. So if you sell a retail client, it's going to be one sleeve for $150. Your commission is $50. Okay? Now, Carlos, that is much better than the other thing. Why? Because if you go to this part now and you sign an advanced, a core, your commission is 35. Okay? But here is where you see what kind of mindset you have. Because if you're only seeing the $50, that it means that your site is only looking at 2 inches in front of you. You're waiting and searching for money now. But when you enroll a person, this person is going to have 3 months of auto shipment that they need to schedule, number one. Number two, this person is more committed than the other because now this person wants to enroll into the business, and that's why they purchase the pack. And if this person starts to create her team, you're going to earn much more than $50. First, you earned 35 for enrolling them, plus the money that you're going to earn in the future for recruiting. Are you with me until here? Are you with me? All right, cool. So it's very important for you to understand that because here I earn more. Yes, in the short term, but what about tomorrow? Tomorrow you need to search for another retail client, and the day after you need to search for another retail client. What about if there's a star there and that person could sell $10,000 a week for you? You never know. That is why me, Carlos, and also my wife, we don't try to sell anybody this. I don't like it. Due to regulations of the United States, the company needs to have it. There's a certain percentage that the company has to sell to retail clients, but I'm not going to be part of that. I'm just part of business partners. I want business partners. Why? Because there's a high chance in those business partners that tomorrow they're going to produce money, much more than a retail client. And the other thing is, what if that person who bought this is of those people that doesn't drink a lot of water, that takes 2 months and a half for the patch to work, but they just bought one. And they're going to call and say, hey, this doesn't work. Well, you just used it for a month. The owner says that one patch of these, one pack for each 10 years of life. So I'm 40 years old minimum, you have to use it for 4 months. So you can feel the effect at 100%. There are people that take a month, people that take an hour, people that take 2 weeks. Everybody's different. You don't know how this is going to react with that person that just purchased one pack. And if it didn't work, well, first of all, they lost the money. And what if it worked in the second month? You're never going to know that because they purchased as a retail client and they're not going to come back to buy anymore. Did you understand that part? Okay, so the other way that we earn money is how we enroll someone. It can be core, advanced, premium, 35, 75, or 105. So why is somebody going to pay for $105? Now I'm going to go back to Sandra. Sandra wants to build a kitchen. So I know because I've had to build too. You have to go somewhere and you have to buy a lot of preparation material, a lot of building material, and They're going to let you know in that store how much you need. The more material you're going to have for that kitchen, the bigger the kitchen is going to be. Or if there's a discount of a pallet, hey, purchase a whole pallet and you will have it $15 cheaper. Okay, so you have all that material ready for what? To build a lot of kitchens. Now, when somebody purchases in premium with 20 sleeves, why do I want 20 sleeves? You know why? Because now I have enough material. Now I have the material I need if I'm working the business like we taught you. With each person that you talk to, just patch them. Patch them. But if you don't have patches, what are you going to use? What are you going to use to patch potential clients or potential business partners? That's why we explain this is not a selling game. This is just a recommending game. People are going to be like, hey, what is this when you patch them? Well, talk about the business. You already sold the business. You already sold the opportunity because they themselves are convinced. Rodrigo and Juan Carlos, who are here with part of their team, how did they know about this business when they patched them? And they felt, oh my God, what is this? They felt amazing. And what did they do? They came to search for information on the business, but they had been patched first. So if you're not patching anybody, you need to sell now. And that is why when we talk about this is not selling, this is patching. Look, try this. That if you don't have that material in your house, that's not going to help. If you don't have any material in the airport and everywhere, I'm always searching for who to patch, who to see. How can I help this person? Okay, so it's the business. It's the same thing that we do with, okay, maybe I'm talking more in detail than I should about this, but yeah, okay, I'll show you later so I don't confuse you all. So the other way, and this is when everybody gets confused, okay? This is the binary. It's the most difficult part. I'm going to draw it so you can understand it. This is what I want you to understand. If you only have one sleeve in auto shipment, the maximum that you can earn for this is $100 a week. You can earn money for this one, but you won't earn money for this one, which is generation. You don't qualify. The only way that you will qualify is with this one or as a retail client. If you stay with one sleeve a month. This binary part, you can earn up to $25,000 a week when you reach senior presidential director. When you enroll, the first thing that you need to do in the first week of the business is 4 people. Every 4 people, you reach manager. And when you reach manager, this opens up this part, which is a generation part, okay? I'm going to go back to binary, so I don't have to go back to this part. The generation part, which is the 4th part of the business, is I'm here and I enroll Pedro. From what Pedro does in this part of the binary business, I earn 25%. What Maria does at Pedro sign enrolled, I get 20%. And out of who Jose enrolls, I get 20%. So to reach this, I need to be manager. Okay, let me give you an example. You enrolled and you sign up my wife and myself. And you just signed up 2 people, my wife, me, and your sister. And my wife and I start to run with this business. Okay. You are going to earn 0 from me, from my first part, my second part, and my third part. Why, Carlos? Because you're not a manager. You need to reach manager to be able to activate this area. You need to reach manager. It's just 4 people, nothing else. That's why it's very, very important for us to constantly be talking to people, constantly be talking to people. Did you understand this? Before I start drawing something more? No, it's not 4 people a month. Now, when you already have 4 people, it's four. It's not a month. You don't have to do on, you don't have to do it every month. 2 people on your left and 2 on your right, minimum core or above. They cannot be retail clients. Retail clients don't count. Core, advanced, and premium. That's the only thing that counts to be manager, okay? So let me show you the binary part, okay? This is a part where we get confused, all of us. I'm going to try to draw it to see if maybe you can understand it a bit better. So let me get out of here. And let's see the options that we have here. Stony, Stony. Okay, here it is. All right, so here is Sandra, right? Sandra, remember that this is binary. Binary means 2 legs. So, oh, I'm sorry for interrupting. I don't know if everybody is can see it. Oh, I can see it now. Sorry, I couldn't see what you were drawing. Thank you, thank you. Sandra, okay, this is what I don't understand. Why this happens to me all the time. Oh, I don't know why people don't draw. I don't get it. Okay. Sandra, can you all see this? All right. So Sandra, in this leg, which is her leg, let's say this leg, she has 10,000 points. Are you with me? Do you understand what I'm saying? In this leg, Sandra has 5,000 points. Are you with me? I'm going to go very slow because this is where everybody gets confused. Okay? This is what the company automatically is going to let you know which one is a strong leg and a weak leg. Why? Which one is a strong leg? If somebody can tell me which is the strong leg here, please. 10,000 in the chat, please. All right. Okay, exactly. This is a strong leg. Yes. So on the strong leg, this is the number that you're going to have here, 660. That's a number that you need to remember. I don't know why everybody can do all this, and I don't know how to write in it. All right, so 660 on the strong leg, 330 on the weak leg. Okay, why is this? Because each 660 that you have, sorry, each 660 that you have on this side and 330 on this side, they combine and they become $50. That is why it's called a cycle. Okay? Adriana, thank you. So it's 15 cycles. And how do we reach this calculation? Okay? So if you divide between 5,000, 330, like this, which is my weak leg, I go here and I divide 330 between 5,000. Okay, you don't have to do this. The machine does it. And it's going to give you 15 cycles. Which means 15 times $50, you're earning $10,050. Here, now this number is not going to be 10 because now this number becomes, remember that 660? You do 660. When you start doing this math, we used from this 900 points. So on this side, you're going to have 100 points. Why? Because they used all these points here, 660, 330, $50. Now 330 here, 660 here, $50. Did you understand that part? I know that my drawing is terrible, but I'm trying to do it the best way possible. So this is why it is so, and volume is so important. Volume, 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 because this is what can make you reach this part. This is going to bring you here. So those cycles can make you generate, if you're a manager, $1,500. If you're not manager, $100. You have to reach manager to be able to earn or to have the opportunity, because this isn't guaranteed, to earn $1,500. When you reach director, now it's 2,500. Senior director, 3,500. Senior presidential, you can have even $25,000 a week, not a month, a week. And this is what makes this part constantly continue with the volume and continue with the volume, continue with the volume, continue with the volume. Okay, let me leave this here open for questions now, because I know there's a few questions. In here, I see people with their hand up. I'm going to go with MacBook Pro first. MacBook Pro. iPhone 75. Okay, she's not here. Andrea? Andrea? Do you have a question? No? Do you have a question, Andrea? Okay, so they pay you over the weakest. The ideal would be to have both legs both legs the same? Okay, that's a very good question. A very good question. That's another one where we get confused. How can I explain this so it's easier? So you want to have one ratio of 3 to 1? Why do I want a 3 to 1? Because remember, 330 is 1. 660 is double 330. But I want to have triple. Why? Because 330, 630 is canceled, and that closes a cycle. But now you have another different points. What does that mean? At the end of the week, those cycles will close, and you start the first one on Monday with money in your account because your ratio was 3 to 1. If you have it the same, first you're not going to have the complete cycle because 330 is one and 660 is double of 330. But for you to be able to close cycles correctly, you need double on the strong side instead of the weak side. I don't know if you're understanding me. But what did we do? We learned from the leaders above us that they have to have double on one side compared to triple. Okay, so let me see if I can access my account so you can see this because this changes a lot. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Excellent. Can you see this here? Can you see the board? Okay, look at this here on my left side, which is my weak leg, almost 20,000. The right leg is almost in 60,000, triple. Because if I can maintain that ratio when I finish on Sunday at 12 p.m., I'll start one Monday with money in my account. That third one is now starting with that on Monday. I don't know if I hope. How do you change your leg? You have to come here. We do this in the onboarding on Thursday. We come here, you change the setup. First, you change the setup, and then you're going to reach this page. And if you come here, you choose create it on the left leg and on the right leg. You need to be on top of this constantly. And you need to be saying, okay, I have two people on the right leg. Okay, let's sign someone that is running. Let's put her in the right leg then. You have to check that out and to be putting people on the right side and look at your numbers to have that ratio and to be able to close more cycles. What else? Somebody says they have somebody very interested in doing the business, but they're in Dominican Republic. I'm going to say Carlos and Rachel, 99% of the company. I don't work with anybody who's not in the countries, Carlos and Rachel. There are people that do that. I know leaders that are very high in the company that do certain things. I don't like to do it because then it becomes extra work. I don't want to speak to shipping companies or companies about this and that. I don't have time to send this, that. I don't want that process. Here in the United States, we are Latins. We are the greatest minority of the United States. And if I can't find people here, I need to search for them. Look, there's more Latins here than possibly in other countries. So I'm focused, my wife and I are focused directly with the people. No, LifeWave doesn't work directly with the carriers. No. No, that is something between you, and you. LifeWave is not going to do anything of that. They send it to Mexico without problems because the company works there. When we go to another company, the when we go to another country, the company is in charge of sending to those other countries. But if you want to send to Dominican Republic, you're going to see an address here. You have to send it to that other place. That's not something that I want to do. I want to focus in growing the business because I want an automated business. I don't want something that I have to work on every month. You know what I mean? What else? Oscarolina. Okay, let me know. Carlos, hi. Good evening. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you what amount of people I need to have affiliated to be able to earn the 1,500 a week. Very good question. That's very difficult to say. I'm going to give you an example. We have 9,000 people enrolled directly with them, and I'm not reaching the 25,000 a week myself. And we're in the top of the company, and we have 900,000. Mike has 107, and he earns 60,000 a week. So it depends a lot on the people. Because if you have four people that are incredible and are running with the company and they saw the opportunity, you are going to reach that 1,500 probably with four people. So it depends a lot on, so they also have to enroll, yes, of course, because those cycles, all that is going to help you. Do you understand? Cycles, 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 all that is going to help you because that volume is for you. That volume is all for you. So you have to say, hey, the more volume I can do, the more cycles I can close. Approximately. For example, the total LV on one leg, I have 199, 300 and something. And on the other one, RV, I have 162,000. 162. That is what I see here on my page. But on the top, it also says the actual value for 31 days, 240. And it says LV of the period, 8,982. How many people do you have in your team? I have five. Five people. And they're all in auto shipment. Yes, that's what you're going to use to enroll. You were one of the first to enroll with us. Yeah, well, not exactly the first, but yes, that's why you have 199,000 points in one leg. Now, the company says you have this from your upline, and let's say what leg I'm in. So the points are on your right leg. So you have it in your left, for example. The company says you have the points here. I need you to do this amount of points to be able to close cycles. So you have 189 here. Imagine if you do 189,000 here or 199 on the other leg. Now you have much more to close. Okay, so you recommend that I continue feeding the leg in this left side because the strong one is the right? You're already manager. Yes, I'm already manager, and on one leg, the right leg, I have three people, and on the right leg, I have two. Okay, yes, but you cannot just focus on those two because you need, for director, you need two managers on both sides. After you reach that senior director, when it's points, when you reach certain position, it's volume, 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 volume. And what are you going to start doing? Possibly you're going to do more on this side where it's weaker. So you can start increasing that and closing more cycles and more cycles. So what happens is that you don't want to leave one leg without anyone because America can say this. If somebody falls, everyone falls. So we want not one manager, we want five managers. So if someone falls and they want to do the business, you have the others to answer. One director, you need five directors. You need to have both legs because if somebody falls, you have somebody to back you up. And then you have a point when one can fall, but you keep on increasing and increasing. So that's what you recommend. Yes, always. But when you're going to reach a point in which you're going to go there. Three there and one there, or three there and another two there. So you can continue increasing 2 more points in that side to close cycles. Okay, thank you so much, Carlos. You're very kind. You're welcome. Okay, so that is works so we can clarify doubts and questions. Okay, that's all. Well, guys, I need to run to another call. Sorry, I hope you're doing great. Now, whoever is on their way to directors in the chat to directors, my wife is doing a training with all of you for manager upward, and the training is starting right now. So you have the link to be able to take them to the next rank. Okay? God bless you all and see you soon. Bye.